Hello there everyone, welcome to a really special video. It's Ivo Gochev and some of you guys have been following me for years and some of you guys just clicked on this video and are seeing me for the first time ever. But this doesn't really matter. What matters is that you saw the crazy transformation and you just want to copy my blueprint to have similar results, right? Perfect, because in this really special video I'm going to be showing you step by step how I achieved the transformation which you're looking at right now, and the transformation which you can't even see because it's up there in my mind. I can even say that my mindset changed more than my look throughout this whole fitness journey. I boosted my confidence, got the most disciplined I've ever been, and the feeling of fulfillment and happiness in my life absolutely skyrocketed. All because of the effort which I decided to put into my body and into my health, and also, of course, the results which followed for that same effort. But you have to know that this video is cut and dry, doesn't have any music and any edits. If you're looking for some cheap dopamine, this is not going to be the video for you. And to be honest, if you can't make it to a 30-minute video, you're also not ready to make a huge transformation. But if you are willing to make it through the whole video, I promise that you are going to learn everything needed to make a huge change, huge transformation in your mindset and in your body in the next couple of months. So let's get it started. This is how I gained over 50 pounds of muscle and got rid of all of my insecurities in 120 days without spending more than 3 hours per week in the gym or stuffing myself with food. And all of this while working 70-hour weeks. So how did I actually get here? So guys, I've always been the skinny one no matter what I was doing, right? And no matter if I showed it or not, I was pretty self-aware of how I was looking, and that gave me some serious insecurities from a young age. And that same pain motivated me to start my fitness journey, from which you see the results right here. Like, that's a picture of me before the journey, after the journey, and a photo of the scale after and before. So yeah, the hardest part of my transformation. Guys, obviously I didn't put on the 50 pounds of muscle for only 120 days, but that's because of one single reason, which was also the hardest challenge to overcome for my whole transformation journey. And this was creating an extremely time-efficient fitness method, which also gives big results fast. And now you might ask me, why do you need to create your own method and why not just use one of the well-known ones? Well, I did it because after trying everything out there, I find out that some of the training styles, the popular training styles, are really effective, yes, but they were consuming too much of my time. Said with other words, nothing could both fit my busy schedule and also give me good results fast. In terms of working out, I've tried literally everything. I've tried going to the gym 6-7 times a week, training like a bodybuilder, which by the way gave me good results, but couldn't afford it time-wise, so it was just not sustainable, so I stopped doing it. Then I've tried those 30-minute home workouts with no equipment, and I saw barely any results. Then I've tried calisthenics. It was not that efficient at all. It was boring and there weren't any good exercises for legs as well, so didn't like it. I've tried hybrid style training, which included some CrossFit and running and high intensity stuff, and that was not time efficient at all. I spent so much time in the gym, and for all the hard work and effort which I spent on it, I saw poor results. And I've tried the same exact approach for dieting as well, just one after another, trial and error. Like, I've tried bulking with all the junk food in the world. It was not healthy at all, and it was not worth it at all as well, because I was gaining so much fat and barely any muscle, so it was stupid to continue doing it. I stopped. After that, I tried stuffing myself with all the chicken and rice in the world, only clean food, right? But that was not sustainable at all as well, because after 2-3 days of eating like that, I literally wanted to lay down and go into a food coma. I was just so sick and tired of food, I hated it. The method which I created. And now, after all of those desperate attempts and wasted time, I've created my own method, which includes only and only the highest leverage, most essential tasks when it gets to exercising, dieting and recovery. so I can get 80% of the results of someone who is spending all of his time and effort into the gym and kitchen for only 20% of the time and effort which he's spending, right? And now who this is for, guys. So if you're feeling skinny and that leads to hidden insecurities, but you are too busy to make a change, this is going to be for you. If you're looking to skyrocket your confidence in public and gain weight as fast as humanly possible, this is for you. If you're putting more and more focus on your career, but that results of you looking worse and worse, this is for you. If you're looking for something which is going to totally transform not only your body, but your mind as well, this is for you. And lastly, if you're wishing you could be healthier and have tons of energy throughout the whole day so you can live your one and only life at 100% every single day, this is going to be for you. Who this is not for. So guys, if you aren't ready for everyday lifestyle changes, such as having a whole complete morning routine, this is not going to be for you. If you're not going to treat this whole transformation thing as a brand new beginning, this is not for you. If you're completely happy and fulfilled with having absolutely average physique, this is not for you. In deep in yourself, you don't have the feeling that you can be a lot more than what you are right now, this is not for you. And lastly, if you're looking for the easiest way to transform your body, this is not for you. If you're looking for the easiest way, just go find some steroids, do your thing. I don't know how it works. Now here's the truth. Everybody thinks that you need to stuff yourself with food which you absolutely hate all the time and work out 2 hours a day to get your dream transformation. But this is simply not truth. What you need to do is, first, you need to learn which foods to prioritize and which ones to absolutely avoid in order to spend your precious appetite in the most effective way and not just waste it, because that's why you're skinny in the first place. You just have low appetite genetics and you don't know how to work around them. After that, you have to build yourself a good workout split which fits your own schedule. That's really important. Fits your own schedule and lifestyle, and also hits all of your muscle groups couple of times per week with the right volume and intensity. And lastly, you need to work on the skill of training with intensity, or simply said, doing a set until failure, which is going to make exercising way more time efficient for you, and you won't ever need to spend more than 1 hour in the gym per session. But don't worry, I'm not going to let that happen to you guys. You don't have to overeat on every single meal, and you also don't have to stay in the gym for hours and hours. And I'm not even going to start the topic about having bad genetics. No, you don't have bad genetics. Everyone can gain muscle and feel truly confident about their looks. And I am a living example of this. Just take a look at those pictures. Here I'm literally, I don't know my weight, they're like 140 pounds probably, I don't even know. And here I'm close to 200. Like, I'm a living example of what I'm saying right here. And if you want to be the next example, the next proof that everyone can do it, I'll show you exactly how to gain muscle as fast as humanly possible, how to literally hack your low appetite in order to get your daily calories without getting in a food coma. Then I'll show you how to become the most confident and best looking version of yourself. And lastly, I'll show you how to be extremely time efficient with spending time in the gym and in the kitchen, so you have enough time for your career and your life. And in case you don't know me, here's a brief backstory about me and how I got here. So guys, I grew up in a family full of athletes. My mom was a professional track and field athlete. Same goes for my father. He was into combat sports and martial arts. And also my older brother, right here on the picture, he was a basketball player. And when I was little, I was around sports and I've tried everything. Like, I've tried swimming, basketball, football, a couple of other things like climbing, like hill climbing, or I don't know how it's called. And eventually I've tried the sport which I like the most and with which I stick to for years and years, which was wrestling. But no matter what I tried, I always felt like the little one in everything. Like on every basketball field, when I was playing football, when I started wrestling, I was always the little one, no matter what I attended. Even on this picture you can see how, like, that's my older brother. Obviously he's going to be bigger than me, but this right next to him is my cousin, who is actually 1 year younger than me, and you can tell how I'm the smallest one and most like underdeveloped, or I'm just skinniest. But anyway, in high school, I got pretty good in wrestling and even started competing in tournaments, as you can see on this picture. But no matter all the hard training, I just never had a proper diet and a proper workout plan, so I didn't really build any muscle. I was getting good in the sport, but I didn't build any muscle because I didn't know how. And after I graduated, things got even worse because I ended my wrestling career and stopped taking care of exercising and diet, and I wanted to put all of my effort on business and overall just making more money. So I immediately moved to the Netherlands, where I had some serious investing opportunities at that time, and fast forward a couple of months of staying there, I started a construction company with my brother, and we immediately started working 70-hour weeks with him. You can see that's our first week of founding the company. As you can guess, my physique got even worse because I thought that I'm only going to see results if I lifted like 5-6 times a week, and I didn't have the time to do so, so I completely stopped working out. And we also traveled so much to various construction sites all over the country that I didn't have any time to cook healthy food or to take care of any kind of a diet. And because of all of those things, I got even skinnier and I was looking even worse. So my old insecurities hit even stronger, and I became so self-aware of how I was looking that it was running my mood on a daily basis. I was just so anxious and even depressed about all of the stuff which is going on with my health and my body. And yeah, so eventually I got so sick and tired of the low confidence and of the way that I was looking that I started by myself researching and building the method which was both giving amazing results and was incredibly time efficient, so I can follow it. The Never Skinny Again method, that's the name of it, and that's the system which I built through my own trial and error by researching and trying myself all existing ways of building muscle to figure out the best way of getting big without investing all of my time in it. So guys, I've been in your shoes and I remember how it feels to hate how you look. So right now, I'm going to do something for you guys and I'll break it all down for free in this exact video. In the following steps, I'll outline the entire process from A to Z of what I did to accomplish these results, so you can also use the Never Skinny Again method to gain confidence and muscle without spending more than 3 hours in the gym per week. The Never Skinny Again method: maximum time efficiency, maximum muscle gain. So guys, the whole method contains 3 steps. Those are the exact 3 steps which I followed to get my crazy transformation a reality and to get those results. So first, I had to identify the most important tasks related to exercising, dieting, and recovering. Then I had to specially tailor those tasks for my schedule and lifestyle so I can have a sustainable and easy to follow plan. And finally, I had to find my why. I had to find the reason behind why I desperately want that change, so it can keep me motivated through the whole journey. Now, let me show you the exact system I used to gain over 50 pounds of muscle and finally get rid of all of my insecurities, while still focusing on my career, of course. First, we are going to talk about identifying the most important tasks related to exercising, dieting, and recovering, as I said, and we are going to start with exercising. First, I had to build a workout plan which hits all of my muscle groups couple of times per week, but with the perfect amount of intensity and volume so I can squeeze all of the juice out of the lemon with only 3 hours in the gym per week. And because of my previous experience with bodybuilding training, I knew exactly which split to use. It's called push-pull legs, and push is for working out the pushing muscles in the body, which are chest, shoulders and triceps, and pull is for back and biceps. And of course, you know what leg is, of course. And usually everyone is using this split like this. You start with the push session on Monday, and after that you got pull on Tuesday, legs on Wednesday, and you do this all over again with the next 3 days of the week. And you just finish the week with 1 rest day in Sunday. But, one really big but, this is how you should use the split if you have 1.5 to 3 hours in 6 days of the week. Well, I didn't have them. But I still got 80% of the results of the people who did have them and spent them in the gym. And I only achieved that by 20% of the time which they spent there. And what I exactly changed in the original split was that I cut the workout days in half and doubled the intensity of the workouts. So what I ended up with was only 3 workout days in the whole week. And now you might ask, what about the duration of the workouts? Aren't you working out twice as long as they are? No, I'm going to explain you how I cut the duration of the workouts in half in the next point, which is going to be technique. So in order to lower the duration of the sessions to 1 hour or even less, I used a couple of tricks, such as using only mid to heavy weights so I can spend less time for each set because I'm going to be doing less reps. And of course, doing 20 reps is going to take a lot of more time than doing 10 reps. Simple math. I also use techniques like partial reps and drop sets, which are both techniques which all of the bodybuilders are using to increase the intensity of their workouts and make them more time efficient. And in case you don't know what those two mean, first, partial reps, that's simply doing half reps in the end of the set when you can't do a complete rep anymore. And it's really good because you can just squeeze more juice out of the lemon, as I said earlier. So first, partial reps is simply doing half reps in the end of the set when you can't do a complete rep anymore, and it's good because you can squeeze more juice out of the lemon, as I said earlier. And next up, drop sets are doing a set till failure, and after that dropping the weight down and doing one more set till failure with minimum to no rest in between the 2 sets, and it's really good for time efficiency. Best exercises. So guys, now you're going to get really surprised, but there isn't such thing as best exercise for a muscle group. And I've put a lot of attention into picking the best exercise for this muscle group, for that muscle group when I first started lifting, but there isn't such thing. And all the people who are talking about those things, about the best exercises, and they're doing like rankings like top 3 exercise for chest, for this, for that, those people, they just want more attention on social media, or they're simply just not qualified enough. However, you can judge whether an exercise is good or bad on those 3 things. First, if the exercise allows a really deep stretch on the muscle which you are working on, it's a good exercise. Second, if the exercise feels good and smooth without causing any pain on joints and perfectly gives you a good pump, it's a good exercise. And lastly, if you can add more weight or reps easily, said with other words, if there's like a simple progression on the exercise, it's a good exercise. Now we're hopping into dieting. Calorie surplus, that's really essential. So getting in a calorie surplus is simple, but it's hard. And why is it hard? It's hard because of the low appetite genetics which make you hate food after 2 days of trying to eat more than you feel like. But don't worry, there are tricks to fix that as well. See, your stomach doesn't really care about the calories of the food which you eat. It really cares about the volume of the food which you're eating. That means that if you prioritize eating more calorie dense foods on average, you are going to use 100% of your potential appetite. Now we're going to cover dieting. And first, calorie surplus. Getting in a calorie surplus is really essential for building muscle. That was one of the first things which I learned in my fitness journey, because it's really obvious and a lot of people know about it. But the thing about calorie surplus is that it's really simple, but it's hard to do. And why is it hard? Because of the low appetite genetics which make you hate food after 2 days of trying to eat more than you feel like. But don't worry, there are tricks to fix that as well. See, your stomach doesn't really care about the calories of the food which you eat. It cares about the volume of the food which you eat. So that means that if you prioritize eating more calorie dense foods on average, you are going to use your precious appetite in a more effective way. What I did and what I'm still doing till this day to get in a calorie surplus and make sure that I'm staying there is, before eating something, I ask myself, how calorie dense is that meal on the scale from 1 to 10? And if it's lower than 5, 6, I'm avoiding it simply because if I eat it, it's going to be just a waste of appetite. And of course, you can't you can't memorize how much calories there are in every single food which you eat. So I made myself something which I call mini cookbook, which is a list of my favorite meals which are tasty, quick to prepare, and most importantly, full of calories and protein. And here I've put some examples of the recipes in my mini cookbook. That's pesto with pasta, which is so delicious and it literally takes 10 minutes to prepare, packed of calories and protein. Same goes for this oatmeal with whey protein and cereal, and minced beef with cheese and some corn. Those all are really good recipes, and you might as well just steal them from me. Next up, we're going to talk about tracking calories. So tracking calories, that was one of the most annoying chores to do. But after so much wasted time with tracking food, I find out something which changed the game forever. And if you're really serious about this whole transformation journey, you should use it as well. Just a mobile app called MyFitnessPal, which uses AI, artificial intelligence, to scan your plate of food and calculate the calories inside. And yeah, it's not as accurate as if you do all the calculations by yourself manually, but I've tested it and it's literally 95% accurate, which doesn't make any difference in anything. I strongly recommend you using it. It's going to make your life way more easier and convenient. I'm still using it till this day, literally. And it has saved me tons and tons of time and energy. You should definitely check it out. That's not an ad or anything. I'm just giving you an advice. Use it. Next up, we got health, and in health we're going to talk about sleep, hydration, and supplements. First, we're starting with sleep. So guys, I knew that sleep is literally the best steroid you can ever use, and I put a lot of effort into going in bed on time because of all of the recovery benefits. Your muscles grow the most when you're sleeping, and actually if you don't get enough sleep, your testosterone levels get really low. And everybody knows how essential testosterone is for building muscle and staying healthy. So yeah, try to get at least 7-8 hours of sleep every single night. That's really important. And also try to make the quality of your sleep better by avoiding blue lights a couple of hours before going to bed. Another thing which I really like to do is making the room as dark as possible and as cold as possible. Alright, maybe not as cold as possible, but really cold, because I don't know, I just relax way better and I get much better sleep every single time I do it. Next up, we got hydration. So water intake is also really essential for muscle growth, and my recommendation is try to never fall below 3 liters of water daily. After you just woke up is one of the most important moments to hydrate, because you haven't drank any water in 7-8 hours, like I just said, and your body is really dehydrated. And also don't forget to drink a bunch of water during your workouts. You're going to feel way better if you do it. And lastly, we got supplements. Nowadays everybody's trying to sell you on some new fancy supplement which they say that is going to make a huge difference in your health and in your physique. But that's not truth. The truth is that you don't need anything besides creatine, which helps you build more muscle, protein powder, which doesn't do anything besides making your life more convenient by just hitting your daily protein goal easier, and maybe some caffeine here and there when your energy levels are low. And besides that, you don't really need anything. Those are the only things which I've used, and yes, you can get huge results by not using any of them, but why not use them where there aren't any real downsides and there are some serious benefits of using them. So next up, I had to tailor it to fit me. Tailoring it for me, everything had to be built around me and my schedule. That's really important, guys. And if you mess this step up, the never skin again method is never going to work. This step is really important, and a lot of people, me included, are messing it up at the first try by trying to copy the best workout plan and diet. Like I said, I've tried all the popular methods out there before doing the actual thing, which is not copying, it's building. It's building the best for us workout plan and the best diet for us. I didn't get my results by copying some popular workout plan. I got them by building a plan which fits me and my schedule, so I can follow it every day without feeling like I'm on a hard diet or on a plan. Making it sustainable. So I picked the days when it was most convenient for me to hit the gym, and I also didn't miss out on any of my favorite foods. I included them all in my diet, and I ended up with what? I ended up with hitting the gym literally whenever I wanted and eating whatever I wanted. And that's why I got so big results, because most people start some really hard diet and workout plans which are just changing their whole schedule, and they're also leaving them craving for their favorite foods. This is simply not sustainable for the long run. And if you try to do something like that, eventually you will fail and you will go back to doing nothing. That's something which you don't want to do. You should not start some really hard diet. You should just take it easy, make it fit you and your lifestyle, and just day by day the results are going to compound and you're going to get a transformation in no time if you just make all of this information for working out, nutrition, and recovery to just fit you and your lifestyle. And finally, I had to find my why. What it meant for me. So first I thought about where exactly it hurts and how exactly being skinny is affecting my life. And then I remember I came up with the conclusion that being small is causing me a couple of insecurities, not only one. So first I was not liking the way I look, right? And when I was around people, I was really self-aware about how I was looking. And I was constantly being anxious about it. And that was bringing my confidence down a lot. Same for my self-worth and for my manliness. All of those bad things were just a result of one single thing, and that was me being and feeling small all the time. And I remember the exact moment when I faced all of this pain, and it was just between my graduation and my flight to the Netherlands. And I remember I went to a beach holiday with some of my friends. And in the first day of that exact holiday, just before heading to the beach, I was sitting on the edge of my bed and I was looking at myself in the mirror. And I was only thinking how I really don't want to go on that beach and take off my t-shirt in front of everybody. And right then, I took this exact picture and promised to myself to never say tomorrow for making a change, to never leave this thing for later on, because I knew that growing some muscle and some confidence was going to make me feel so much happier and more fulfilled that I literally said to myself, look, you start to make a change from tomorrow, literally. That was the last time I said tomorrow, and that's what I really did. And the second step of finding your why is thinking about what it means for them, how exactly your transformation is going to affect the people around you. And I thought how nobody likes weak men. Men are supposed to be strong and manly, right? They're not supposed to be skinny and small. And I thought about how nobody likes weak men, as in, if you have a mother and she probably wants to have a strong son. If you're a sister, you probably want your brother to be strong. If you're a wife, you also want a strong husband. See, like nobody likes weak men. And I also thought how example is not the main thing in influencing others, it's the only thing. And I thought how in the future I'm 100% going to have a family, because I'm pretty young right now, I'm 21, but I'm really traditionally thinking about how a family should look like. And I'm thinking about a feminine woman, a strong dominant man, and children, right? Leading by example means that I need to show my children how a man should look like. I should not be some small, just average looking weak man, because that's how my children are going to be as well. I have to just lead them by my own example. Prioritizing only the most important. I used to be so desperate to get results, and I tried every single advice or program I saw on the internet without any serious results. I was never confident about how I looked, and I realized that with my busy lifestyle, no program ever is going to give me the transformation I want. So I built a plan for my own lifestyle, which quickly gave me the results I was looking for. I researched and tested how to work out, how to eat, and how to recover, so I can understand exactly how to prioritize my tasks. Now I truly feel the benefits of high confidence in so many areas of my life, such as my career, my dating life, and my self-worth, and much more. Now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you guys. Listen, if you're low confidence, if you're tired of feeling small, and if you're too busy to work out 5-6 times a week per 2 hours in order to see results, and you're also ready to finally see your before and after pictures, your transformation pictures, and you want to see how the numbers on the scale grow every single week, just like your self-worth, I will work with you one-on-one to help you boost your confidence by gaining 15 to 25 pounds of muscle without spending more than 3 hours in the gym per week with the Never Skinny Again method, and just get you from small, unconfident, low energy, average looking guy to big, shredded, full of energy and confidence beast. And if you want to achieve this transformation as fast as humanly possible, there is a link in the description of this video and in my bio where you guys can book a call with me, where I can coach you one-on-one through the process of getting the same result which I had, but in a much quicker time span. So if you really want all of this and you are ready to put in the work, click the link down below in the description, book a call with me, and we are going to, like I said, tailor a plan specifically for you and your schedule, and finally get you shredded. So guys, I hope that you took some notes and some motivation to start your own transformation journey literally from tomorrow, and I'm looking forward for hopping on a call with you. Ivo Gochev, see you soon.